This is Brian Mullins the Fox's last ever creepypasta. And don't expect another promo lineup for 2023, it's tiring, pointless, and no longer has a place in modern times. Hi everyone, I am text-to-speech bot David, filling in for Brian Mullins the Fox. Once upon a time, there once lived a city, known as Bloodlust, where a lawyer served countless clients for missing children cases since 1999, and his name is Mr. Sean Shepherd Lordhouse. Throughout the city of Bloodlust, Mr. Lordhouse was falsely accused of being in cahoots with supposed inbred pedophiles known as the Lacadiatus. Those that were falsely accused of hiding evidence for socio-political gain. A falsely attributed group of Mr. Lordhouse's associates and lawyer friends, that many have tried and tried again to conspire against them. There was likely the most important case in the history of Mr. Lordhouse's career as a lawyer at Lordhouse and Williardy, attorney at law. His defense attorney being Stockstone Williardy. It was the case of 6-year-old Casey Prinsessa Christensen. This was a 7-day-long trial. The first day began with opening arguments from both sides, the prosecution and the defense. The defense looks like they already had their cases made for them because the prosecution lost some key pieces of evidence to link the weapon of choice, the knife, in the case of Casey's death. The prosecution argued that the lost key pieces of evidence doesn't change the fact that the knife associated with Casey's death was in the hands of the suspect, known as Gary Harry Sr. Day 2 of the trial against Gary Harry Sr. continued with the suspect speaking about how, what, and why he killed Casey for. He said the hams were too expensive, in spite of him buying 3 of them for a family of 1.5. This blatantly redundant excuse was instantly hand-waved away by the judge, with the name of Carly King. Day 3 of the trial against Gary Harry Sr. continued with the mother and father of Casey speaking out against Gary for killing their son. The judge gave them a few breaks from being too distraught. Day 4 of the trial against Gary Harry Sr. continued with the judge having a back and forth with the prosecution, arguing that their case against Gary is flimsy because his knife was accidentally incinerated in acid during inspection of the evidence. The one thing the prosecution would have done to completely throw their own case out of the window is that they would have argued that this phenomenon happens beyond even Gary's control. They didn't make that statement, which would have made the case bigger than it actually is. Day 5 of the trial against Gary Harry Sr. continued with the judge having a back and forth with the defense, arguing that their case against the prosecution was flimsy, because denial of accidentally incinerated evidence does not negate him of murder or even both murder and desecration of the corpse. Day 6 of the trial against Gary Harry Sr. continued with closing arguments from both sides, which devolves into petty ad hominem attacks and even a member of the jury to commit suicide. The judge bravely finished the trial on the 7th day, after 9 hours of deliberations. Day 7. In the case against Gary Harry Sr., the jury has found the defendant guilty on both charges of murder and desecration of the corpse. The parents of Casey left so relieved and speechless, they were allowed to leave silently. Mr. Lordhouse, the lawyer on the side of the prosecution, and Mr. Williardy, the defense attorney, dissolved their law firm and shut down both of these separate offices. Mr. Williardy retired after 30 years of being the defense attorney. But for Mr. Lordhouse, The ending for him is an unfortunate and longing one. Mr. Lordhouse, after 15 years of being a lawyer, after being fired, felt like the world was too cruel for children and himself. He committed suicide. Here is the song he sang right before he ended it all.